Here's the problem. We don't like you, Meghan Markle. We don't like you. And no amount of posting videos that you think are going to humanize you will make us like you. You've already
Cut the fairy tale. Here's the part they didn't want you to question. A viral clip. An anonymous palace insider. A whisper that turned into a roar. Tonight, we're not slowly easing into gossip. We're diving straight into the most explosive claims about the Sussex maternity story and asking the simple, brutal question: what is allegation and what is evidence? You've seen the short video, a playful hospital room clip that some say looks staged. You've read the posts, an alleged nurse calling it a set.
Gone into overdrive with their firm belief that non-mother Meg was never pregnant and the childless Sussexes,
And accusing prosthetics and scripted moments. Supporters call these claims cruel and baseless. Skeptics call them long overdue scrutiny. I'll lay out the footage, the insider allegations, the defenders' responses, and the facts that are missing. All clearly labeled so you know what's alleged and what's verified. No cheerleading. No character assassination.
video of herself dancing in a hospital room while 9 months pregnant. She probably thought she was sharing a relatable moment.
We begin with a clip that sent everything spinning. A short, oddly intimate video showing Meghan Markle in what appears to be a hospital-like room, moving playfully with a pronounced belly beneath her dress, while Prince Harry looks on. To many viewers, it read as a
As for the value of money and work, maybe Meg should look into it. Stop acting like the Tin Pot tycoon and get a damn job.
candid, human moment, a modern royal, unguarded, and relaxed. To others, the same seconds looked strange enough to spark suspicion. Pause. Let that sit. What transformed those few seconds into a controversy wasn't only what the footage showed, it was how thousands of people were prompted to look at it. Frame by frame slow motion, screenshots zoomed to highlight edges, reaction videos stitched with outraged captions. The clip was reframed as evidence. Suddenly, a playful moment featuring Meghan and Harry stopped being just a clip and became a piece of the puzzle for skeptics. Important. The video
A dedicated self-publicist, a fame addict who has clearly adopted the principle that no publicity is bad publicity.
itself does not prove any wrongdoing. Instead, it demonstrates how ambiguity can be weaponized. Critics pointed to the way Meghan's belly appeared to shift, alleging seams or movement inconsistent with a natural full-term pregnancy. Supporters countered that lighting, wardrobe, and ordinary motion in late pregnancy explain what people saw, and they decried the clip's use as proof as unfair and cruel to Meghan and Harry.
And the internet, it hasn't let go since.
Absurd, isn't it?
Well, they should link the stuff to her. I mean, in Britain, porky pies is rhyming slang for lie.
Ah, yes, the
Why
jam
did
story.
this video matter so much? Two factors. First, perception is fast. When a viral post frames footage as suspicious, the human brain begins hunting for anomalies. Second, social proof amplifies doubt. When thousands share a suspicious read, it starts to feel credible even without corroboration. So the clip became a Rorschach test for public sentiment about Meghan and Harry.
This entire strange enterprise is baffling and surely doomed to fail. In other news, a war...
Confirmation for those already skeptical, evidence of harassment for their defenders, and confusing ambiguity for everyone else. Next, we'll move from this viral moment to the anonymous insider claims that followed. But remember, viral certainty is not the same as verified fact. Keep that distinction in mind as we go deeper. After the clip went viral, a new layer arrived: anonymous insider claims. Suddenly, the story shifted from pixels to people, and the names at the center of it were unmistakable: Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. What followed were allegations purportedly from palace-adjacent staff and a medical professional who said they had seen staged settings, unfamiliar personnel, and, most explosively, claims that prosthetic moon bumps were used during Meghan's reported pregnancies.
They
Let's be
spell your
explicit
name
about
right.
how to treat these
After
statements.
all, she's
They are
got
allegations.
scam jam to
Some
sell,
came via
and
anonymous
now
posts
an
and
exciting
third-party
new range of...
amplifiers. Others surfaced as snippets repeated on talk shows and social feeds. That format, unnamed voices and secondhand testimony, has gravitational pull. To an audience hungry for answers, an insider whisper sounds like truth. But insiders without corroboration are also the classic vehicle of rumor. Why did these allegations gain traction so quickly? First, they appeared to fill silences. Meghan and Harry have long managed the public visibility of their family. That deliberate privacy left gaps that people wanted explained. Second, the allegations matched a pre-existing narrative among skeptics that the couple carefully stage-managed their public image. When new claims align with what an audience already suspects, they spread faster and feel more plausible. Defenders pushed back immediately. Associates and spokespeople called such accounts outrageous and unverified, arguing that anonymity breeds falsehood and that protecting children is a legitimate parental choice. Legal teams and PR advisors warned about the danger of repeating uncorroborated allegations, and many journalists hesitated to publish specifics without named, verifiable sources. So what do we have? Allegations that read like inside detail, amplified by social media and talk radio, but no public documents or independently verified medical records to back the most dramatic claims. That gap matters. In public life, compelling anecdotes can masquerade as evidence unless they are checked against verifiable records. In short, the insider stories raised the temperature. They moved the conversation from "Did you see the clip?" to "Who else knew?" But they did not, on their own, convert suspicion into proof. Next, we'll look at how media mechanics and human bias turn those claims into near-accepted truth, and why that matters for anyone trying to separate fact from frenzy. To understand why a clip and a few anonymous claims became a sustained controversy around Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, we need to look at the machinery that turns suspicion into consensus. This is not just a story about two people. It's a case study in how modern media, platform incentives, and human psychology combine to manufacture certainty from ambiguity. Start with incentives. Outrage and novelty drive clicks. Headlines that say exposed or staged get attention, and attention pays. Outlets and creators that survive on views are naturally tempted to emphasize the most dramatic framing. When a short clip appears ambiguous, the incentives push you toward the version that will get the biggest reaction, not necessarily the one that is most cautious or verified. Next, the algorithmic echo chamber. Social platforms don't reward nuance, they reward engagement. If a post that questions Meghan and Harry's narrative gets furious engagement, the platform will push it to more people and, crucially, to people most likely to interact with it. That creates feedback loops. People who are suspicious see more suspicious content, which hardens their belief, which produces more shares and commentary. Human cognitive biases accelerate the process. Confirmation bias makes us notice evidence that fits what we already believe. Pattern seeking makes us interpret ambiguous pixels as deliberate fakery. Add the social reward structure, the prestige of being the one who noticed, and you have a powerful motivator for people to comb footage for anomalies and to present tentative observations as breakthroughs. Don't forget the role of intermediaries, podcast hosts, talk show personalities, and influencers who package suspicion as storytelling. They often compress uncertainty into definitive-sounding narratives because stories with a clear villain and a clear twist are easier to sell. The result is predictable. Ambiguity becomes conviction. A viral clip is no longer just a clip. It is evidence in a communal trial where the standards of proof are low and the appetite for scandal is high. That's dangerous. It damages reputations, corrodes trust, and makes it harder for real facts to surface. We're closing this chapter not with a verdict, but with a question. What is the Sussex maternity controversy? The viral clips, the anonymous insiders, the relentless speculation around Meghan Markle and Prince Harry reveal about our media ecosystem and ourselves? First, it reveals a hunger for narrative over nuance. A tidy story, a set, a fake pregnancy, a staged moment, fits neatly into our desire for heroes and villains. It's emotionally satisfying. It spreads. It dominates the conversation. But satisfying stories are not the same as verified truth. When we privilege drama over verification, we risk ruining lives on the basis of what looks convincing, not what is proven. Second, it exposes a paradox around privacy. Meghan and Harry's decision to protect their children is understandable and, to many, righteous. Yet that same protection creates informational voids. Humans don't like voids. We fill them, often with our worst assumptions. So privacy intended to shield can inadvertently encourage suspicion, especially when combined with opaque PR moves or carefully curated public moments. Third, it highlights responsibility for creators, platforms, and audiences alike. Creators and hosts must label allegations clearly, provide sources, and resist the siren call of sensationalism. Platforms must stop optimizing solely for engagement and start factoring credibility into what they promote. And audiences, yes, you and me, must demand better standards, ask for sources, call out unverified claims, and resist participating in pylons that treat accusation as conclusion. So here's the actionable part. If you're making content, label the difference between allegation and fact, and invite viewers to help verify. Don't let rumor masquerade as evidence. If you're consuming content, ask a simple question before you share. Where's the proof? If you want to engage, share credible sources, not speculation.